Today we are going to talk about being different, and I'm going to read you a story that was written by Christopher Myers, and this book is about a boy who is different. Has anybody ever felt different? Okay. Have you ever felt like people were talking about you or pointing at you and laughing? Did it make you feel good? No, it didn't. Did you ever have somebody stand up for you and say, "Don't do that, that's not nice"? Well, we're going to read this story called Wings. Like I said, it's about a boy that is different, and he moves to a new neighborhood. Look at that strange boy. Everyone from the neighborhood is pointing fingers and watching the sky. How's he doing that? They stretch their necks and shake their heads. Icarus Jackson, a new boy on the block, is flying above the rooftops. He is swooping and diving, looping past people's windows and over the crowd. I don't think he's strange. Icarus Jackson, the flyboy, came to my school last Thursday. His long, strong, proud wings followed wherever he went. The whole school was staring eyes and wagging tongues. They whispered about his wings and his hair and his shoes, like they whisper about how quiet I am. Wagging tongues, what do you think that means? Yes, they're talking about him. Their tongues are moving. That's another word for talking. Our teacher complained that the other kids couldn't help but gawk and stare. He said that Icarus's wings blocked the blackboard and made it hard for the students to pay attention. Gawk and stare. What do you think they were doing? Do you think they were curious? Do you think they were making fun of him by gawking and staring? The teacher told Icarus to leave class until he could figure out what to do with his wings. He left the room quietly, dragging his feathers behind him. One boy snickered. Why do you think he was dragging his wings behind him? You think his feelings were hurt? At recess, the snicker grew into a giggle and spread across the playground. Soon, all the kids were laughing at Icarus Jackson's useless wings. I thought that if he flew just once, everyone would stop laughing. Icarus looked up, flapped his wings a couple of times, then jumped into the air. He swept through the schoolyard like a slow-motion instant replay. How many of you have ever seen an instant replay or know what an instant replay is? Football? Yes. They show those on football games on TV or maybe basketball. No. But the other kids were not impressed. One girl grabbed the basketball. A boy stuffed the handball in his pocket. Somebody nagged. Nobody likes a show-off. What's a show-off? Somebody who thinks they have to have the ball all the time? Yes. Their words sent Icarus drifting into the sky, away from the glaring eyes and the pointing fingers. I waited for them to point back at me as I watched Icarus float further and farther away. Look at him. His head's hanging down. How do you think he feels? Sad? Why do you think he's sad? Because nobody wants to be his friend? I think you might be right. Walking home from school, I knew how he felt. How lonely he must be. Maybe I should have said something to those mean kids. What do you think? Do you think she should have said something? I ran through the streets with my eyes to the sky, searching the clouds for our Karis. Why do you think she was looking for him? Because she was worried about him? Because she cared about him? Very good. He struggled to stay in the air. His wings drooped, his head hung low. Why do you think he was doing that? Why do you think he was hanging his head and drooping his wings? Because he was sad? Yeah. How many of you have ever felt sad and just felt like, you just felt like you couldn't lift your arms or hold your head up? Yeah. He landed heavily on the edge of a building and sat with the pigeons. Pigeons don't make fun of people. You think he was starting to feel any better about himself? Let's find out. A policeman passing by blew his whistle. You with the wings, come down from there. Stay yourself on the ground. You'll get in trouble. You'll get hurt. It seemed to me Icarus was already in trouble and hurt. Could the policeman put him in jail for flying for being too different? What do you think? Do you think the policeman could put him in jail? No. When the neighborhood kids saw the policeman yelling at him, they exploded into laughter. Icarus dropped to the ground. "Stop!" I cried. "Leave him alone!" And they did. So what did she do? What did the girl do? She spoke up for her friend. She's telling them to stop. When else would you tell somebody to stop doing something? If somebody's bullying somebody, yes, that's a good time to tell somebody to stop. Good. I called to Icarus and he sailed closer to me. I told him what someone should have long ago. Your flying is beautiful. How do you think that made him feel? Do you think it made him happy? Do you think it made him feel proud? Good. Let's find out. For the first time, I saw Icarus smile. At that moment, I forgot about the kids who had laughed at him and me. I was just glad that Icarus had found his wings again. Why else do you think he was happy? Because he had found out he had a friend after all? Very good. Look at that amazing boy, I called to all the people on the street as I pointed to my new friend Icarus swirling through the sky. Okay, so tell me what you know about the boy. He was different. He had wings, yes. He wasn't making friends. Who wanted to be his friend? The girl in the story? Yes. Very good. Did she let him know at first that she wanted to be his friend? No, she didn't. And was she sad because she didn't? Very good, yes. But she finally did, didn't she? So what can we learn from this story? To be nice to new people that come to our school? Very good. Or, yes, to be nice to people that come to our neighborhood. Good. So this was called Wings by Christopher Myers.